Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another cast of Dash Dota, bringing to you a game of nice Dreamhack Invitational Dota. And this is a game between Team Dignitas and Fnatic. This is Group B, and we are actually seeing game number 1 of Team Dignitas versus Fnatic. Now, this will and is a best of 3. And as far as I'm concerned, this is the last matchup between the teams of the group between Team Dignitas Fnatic. And this is actually a high stack game because I'm not quite sure how Mouse Sports lost versus Team Dignitas as far as I'm concerned. So Team Dignitas has secured themselves 2 wins right now. Fnatic, however, have won against Team No Tidehunter, I believe. Not sure on that one, but they definitely won against Mouse Sports. So they might be sitting at 2 games each as well.
10 seconds remaining.
Nope, I think No Tidehunter won against one of these teams. Anyways, I think what the score is right now is basically all of the teams have 2 wins, as far as I'm concerned. Not sure on that one, and I think this might be a game decider who will actually advance or not. So anyways, let's just see this awesome game. I'm not going through bans and picks, as this is a live game, so I'm not going to skip back either. However, you see that Wisp has made it through a draft, as well as Gyrocopter. No Nakes in this game, no PL in this game, so this is going to be awesome Dota, guys. Be prepared. Anyhow, we see Wisp, Darkseer, Gyrocopter, Jakura and Tiny on Team Dignitas versus Chaos Knight, Batrider, Nature's Prophet, Rubik and Lina on Team Fnatic. So we will see Synderen actually standing in this game for, I believe it is Fly. Fly has not, he was used to be the captain of Fnatic and the drafter. However, he has been more or less absent for the last couple of weeks and has played a few games, has played the defense final for example, but he hasn't been able to train that much with the Team Fnatic, and this probably is a big problem for Fnatic since they lost the defense. Yeah, sure, they went 2-3, and sorry for spoilers, by the way. And yes, I mean, sure, they lost it really in a tight game more or less, but they have been underperforming for a while now. Anyways, as we see, who the hell is JK? So since it's better, anyways, I'm just gonna go through a lineup. Fnatic Era is not picking up a Seer yet, so he will be on his Chaos Knight. We will see Trixie on Nature's Prophet being pulled some clarity, so probably gonna go Woods, not offlane. We will see if he will try to do so. Synderen standing in for Fly right now as the arguably probably not the Warp Pitch, we will see. So Synderen on the Rubik, we see JK on the Batriders. This should be... That's a good question. Is this Honey? Has to be Honey, since I don't see him. Honey would be playing solo mid, I guess. I guess Honey is still in his old nick. We will see next game if this is true. I will actually maybe blend in some news about that written in YouTube-ish shape, the weird boxes going on, whatever. Anyways, we see No Tail being Lina. She actually used her mana to be able to pull mid pool, removing all the trees. Very nice tactics. So we will probably see sort of a dual mid. We will see about that. CK, where is CK? CK, there we go. Era on CK. On Dire Team we have Aoi 2000 playing the carry Tiny on top lane. We see Way Too Sexy and Fogged on the Wisp Jakiro. We see Sneaking playing solo mid. He has returned to Fnatic, to Dignitas, replacing poor good old Tides of Time, who has not been able to perform as well as he wanted to, and he got bored of the game and didn't invest as much time and that kind of stuff. So anyways, Universe playing the Darkseer in the woods / offlane. We'll see if he will try to go on bottom lane. This is going to be an interesting mid combination. Jakiro is actually sort of roaming in because he saw a CK mid, so he's expecting a dual mid to come out of Fnatic, but otherwise, if there's not a dual mid, Gyrocopter obviously does have the advantage way above that Fnatic. CK, sorry guys, I'm still a little bit munchy. Haven't casted for a week, so I'm a little bit out of shape. Arguably I haven't even gotten the shape yet, but I'm still working on that as my new apartment and rent are coming up, so I will be streaming soon. Anyhow, so CK on solo mid versus a dual mid. We see Lina backing him up, pulling the creep wave in mid. However, this pull is gonna Oh yes, barely gets the pull. Nice. This supposedly this was fixed and it's not possible anymore, but you see it is still possible, and it's only possible if you have those poisonous ghoul assassins. And in this case, he had to pull the healing guys without attacking them, otherwise you don't pull them and they're just gonna heal up. So yeah, good job by him. Honey playing on a solo mid, solo bottom with Batrider, safe lane. We'll see how Cinderella will play this one. I'm pretty sure he will actually sort of share farm as much as, you know, they will share 4th and 5th role, I think, him and No-Tail, as No-Tail has been doing the drafting, as he did in defense too, by the way, guys. So yeah. Or I think it switched up. I think game 1 still was drafted by Fly and then No-Tail took over, and ever since he has been doing the draft for Fnatic, and we will see how well Fnatic is playing. I will pull up for you guys the last hits right now. Honey leading the board, Tiny not far behind him, so Tiny is a scary pick against the CK, as we see that Tiny will probably be going for a quick Aghanim Scepter to deal with the CK illusions, which is really nice, cleave and everything, and the huge damage output by Tiny with his ultimate, buffing his cleave just by so much. So CK is going to have a hard time. He will have to outfarm this Tiny and have a good time versus Tiny, in comparison to Tiny. Otherwise, Tiny is going to be able to deal with CK, and CK is going to be basically useless. And of course, we do have sneaking on solo mid. He has, I've seen one game of him playing solo mid. Played a pretty decent solo mid. So he seems to be still in shape, more or less. We'll see how he's going to do in mid. Right now, he's sitting at 4 and 2. CK sitting at 10 and 5. So CK actually winning mid right now. Lina hasn't had a big presence in the mid lane, but you know, it's a constant threat basically. Dire side has no wards in anywhere here, and therefore they don't know when Lina is going to be hiding here in the trees or whatever. And you know, all it takes is a rift into a stun of CK and a follow-up stun by Lina, and you're basically dead as a gyrocopter. So that's why he's so cautious, playing really defensive. Currently we see Trixie picking up some levels on the offlane, which is a huge deal actually. It means that because Jakiro was in mid and Wisp is doing the solo pulling everything, you know, they don't have that huge control right now over their safe lane, basically giving Trixie some opportunities to farm top lane. And he realizes that every single time this lane is going to be pushed out due to poor creep equilibrium skills, not by Dignitas AoE, I think it's probably more by Wisp pulling to the wrong. I'd say he pulled just to the wrong occasions, and therefore the whole creep equilibrium got out of control, which is not what you want to happen when you are a safe lane carry. And you could just, there we see a rift into a Chaos Bolt, 3 seconds done. Is it going to be enough? Yep, there is a Trixie support gang with not enough actually, even though there was a Sprout TP. No-Tail being sort of not in position to follow up with that stun. However, we saw that the rift from here to here, I think it was this distance, landed here. So, you know, if maybe the rift would have, it's a random distance, the rift teleports your adversary, your opponent, and therefore it was maybe a little bit of unluck. However, big luck on the 3-second stun. So you would have thought that this Gyrocopter would have gone down, but he didn't. So this actually puts Vicious Prophet in not the best position, because he has wasted some resources to port right there. Lost some farming time. Lina, you know, didn't lose a lot since she's just doing that mid-pull stacking sort of thing the whole time. As we see that she has actually pulled a new set of ghoul assassins. Ghoul assassins? Ooh, I missed first blood. I'm sorry, where did I miss first blood? What the crap? I missed the first blood on bottom lane. Not quite sure what happened there. However, Cinderin, maybe out of position, maybe not. Maybe they felt safe and pushed, or went on Universe, as we saw probably just a roam in by Jakiro and Wisp with that powerful tether and Ice Wall combination. A lot of stuns there, so, you know, Rubik being pretty squishy, just being surprised probably by the roam in. Really nice done. Really nice job by those two supports. Way too sexy. 2 seconds done. Chaos Bolt going on sneaking. Just a little harass. Basically eating no damage. As you know, this Chaos Knight is basically a random hero. He's completely random. Like, there's nothing that's not random about it. His attack range is totally random. He can have an attack between 63 and 93. Insane. I mean, it can be insanely high, but it can also be, as we see, a tether into a Chaos Bolt on sneaking. There's just no support by Prophet. So this era isn't problem. CK got it out. No safe safe light strike arrow, whatever. As we see Cinder and Dota roaming in, Notail is gonna take a fall to a lot of burst damage right there from no Rocket Barrage, however, so never mind that. Cinder and Dota now gonna take a follow-up. Yep, he's gonna go down as well. That Iron Shell just making it possible to chase so hard and dealing loads of DPS right there. Bad TP in by Notail. Notail getting bursted down immediately. That was just not the best TP. I don't know what that TP was about. He probably wanted to TP second tower offensively, but maybe he just misclicked a little bit. Not quite sure. That was the feed. Anyway, so we just saw 3 quick kills coming out of Dire side right now. I'm sorry for my stuttering, guys. I haven't talked a lot, I guess. As we see Era 4-second Chaos Bolts done, and we see Hani supporting in with basically no mana. He will be able to Firefly once. Will he? No, he doesn't. Even though he has Dagger, he's not doing anything. As we see Fog being out of position. Stun misplayed on... However, this Fog is still gonna go down, no doubt about it, even though that Chaos... Oh my god, 4-second Chaos Bolt going down on the creep, basically popping the creep instantly. So that was even a huge damage Chaos Bolt as far as I'm concerned. And Fog just, you know, throws out that smiley. Nope, I guess it's a pause. I'm not quite sure. Anyways, some weird play going on by Fnatic. I guess it's understandable since there is one stand-in, Cinderin, even though he's a good player, you know, always brings out the synergy of the whole team. And really what's really surprising is that TP, I don't know what that was about. I mean, the safe... well, what is this? That is not what I want to do. I want to do the drag thing. Anyways, the safe stun by Lina right here was quite decent. I mean, it's basically sort of made sure that CK is going to get out, but you know, Lina taking a fall, then Rubik taking a fall because he was sort of out of position versus 4 right underneath this tower, and you cannot stand there and you cannot hide underneath the tower if you're being chased by a freaking Darkseer with Iron Shell, by a Jakiro long range stun, by a Gyrocopter, by a, you know, Tether Wisp. Not good. As we have seen Dignitas just AFK farming top, he was not even anywhere. So far he's sitting at 54 CS right now. What is flying out on a chicken for him as he has Treads up. He's going for Treads Arcanim's build, not Face Boots Arcanim's build. I like that a lot, giving him more DPS in late game since the Treads do increase his attack speed by quite a bit. Also making him fairly tankier with his, you know, since he's a strength hero and strength is being toggled. Except when he uses his, yep, you just saw his mana popping down. Nice tread toggle by him for using the mana. Anyways, CK has been, or let's say had a good time against the sneaking Gyrocopter mid, but in terms of CS, but he basically has no items up yet. Probably due to that magic wand being popped. I'm not quite sure. To see Chicken flying out with nothing except wards for Notail. Playing Notail, no boots yet, so he still needs to get those to be able to have some decent positioning and not being basically forced to death upon once he's out of position or he's being chased or whatever. Trixie has his Hand of Midas up since probably about 1 or 1.5 minutes. Being delayed by a lot of failed ganks or ganks or whatever. As we see Hani just going in versus sneaking. Offensive dagger into no less so actually, just Firefly. Not enough because Gyrocopter dropped his call down on Hani, and Hani had to sort of back away for a bit, and therefore, you know, the whole gank has not gone well. And as we see everybody just going back to base, charging up some mana and everything. Wisp, however, still top. Yes, ultimate. He was on bottom lane, TPing AoE down there, I think, as far as I'm concerned. You know, but however, Hani was out of range to get a kill right there. So really, what is Dignitas looking at right now? Dignitas compared to Fnatic has more that sort of, you know, farm type of build. You know, there's the Darkseer, there's the Gyrocopter, both need a lot of farm, and there's the Tiny, he needs farm. The thing they do have though is the Wisp, and Wisp just makes some incredibly nice ganks possible once he has that relocate, which is up on him. However, you see that Fnatic has sort of picked against that. They have picked sort of a split push lineup with Nature's Prophet, and also they do have the CK, they have the Bat Rider who already has his dagger, and if he has a TP up or a smoke up, he will be able to surprise counter gank, surprise whatever. And basically they have a lot of nuke going out except for the Prophet, so and disable. Therefore, they're going to be able to probably, hopefully, dodge some nice Wisp ganks and therefore win the game. We'll see if they're going to be able to do that. We see another relocate coming in. Tiny and Wisp. There's a tether throw. Synderen dying, just sacrificing himself immediately, maybe thinking that he might be safe hiding there. However, no chance for that, as we see Tiny just being taken top again. So he can farm some more, you know, after picking up that kill. I think it was his kill. Nope. Gyrocopter's kill. Fine. Fine. Never mind. So yeah. We should see Dire right now being, yeah, in front with the gold and experience-wise too. They are 5-1 right now, so securing themselves a lot of team share, XP, and gold. As we see mid Wisp going down right there, two combination of CK, No-Tail. No-Tail has not used his Laguna Blade yet, so are they going to be able to counter gank this? We will see. Darkseer is out of his wall right now. We still have Gyrocopter with his cooldown. Let's see if they're going to be able... Nope. Observer Ward spots out the three guys roaming in, even though it's nighttime, so there will be no go. As we see Hani already popping his Firefly. Now, we have seen him doing this a lot in defense match. He has played Batrider a few times, I think 2 times, not quite sure, 1 time for sure. And he had that fast dagger up as well, as we see top being pressured by no hero, except, I guess, by AoE. Anyway, so Batrider had that, Hani had that super early dagger up. But he just was not able to, not able at all to make anything happen, and that was partially due to him popping Firefly really early, standing and scouting and looking for people, and then popping his dagger into Lasso, having only like 3 or 4 seconds left on his Firefly, and I think that was actually not, that was sort of why he had no impact into the game. Obviously, we saw Virtus Pro playing very well and just avoiding getting caught off guard and everything. Anyway, so right now we see Dignitas leading in terms of gold. Tiny already having 110 CS at minute 12, so fairly decent rate. It's basically maybe some prof. Oh, as we see a relocate, this CK is going to get caught up by stun. Is there going to be a throw? There's a throw. There's a tether stun immediately after a few last hits. Is it going to be enough? Nope. There's a 2-second Chaos Bolt. He should be fine, we'll see. Nope. As we see Sneaking Dota coming in with a Rocket Barrage and a Universe Vacuum. By the way, this Wisp not taking AoE with him, which is, nice. Nice of him. Very nice of him. To let AoE farm those creeps, as he has Aghanims up, by the way. So we see something happening I basically already foretold. He already has up his early Aghanims, getting way more farm than CK, and CK already is looking in bad position. He's basically just going to rush for BKB, it looks like, not even going for Armlet toggle into his Phantasm ultimate. Basically, he's going to just try to be able to fight some more. As we see, Lasso Firefly pop onto Jakiro. There is the Laguna Blade after Dragon Slave into death. Follow up TP stunned by Light Strike Array. Hani getting sort of blasted down by some Wisp, Guardian Wisps. How do you call it actually? I think that is spirits. Anyways, those are spirits, guys. So yeah. Synderen finally has his ultimate up. He's level 7 right now. As you see smoking being popped, Synderen thinks he will be able to save Lassiter. However, he's going to go down for sure. Not that huge of a deal though, because there's a smoke pop, and for people sort of going on this one Rubik, and he's just a poor old support, Nobody gives a crap if you gank that guy or not. Hani would have been a nice kill, I suppose, more experience for the guys. And obviously CK kill is a lot worth, and Nature's Prophet also. As we see, this Gyrocopter just going down. There is a support relocate though with... Oh, there is a Phantasm being dropped. However, he's already incredibly low. Wall and drop upon him. In addition to all those combinations going on, stun, his Avalanche and Toss combination, and that CK just dropping immediately. I mean, they got 1 kill in Gyrocopter. However, immediately there is a counter kill and counter relocate by Wisp. So Wisp playing a nice support right now. As we see Trixie going for, not sure as he could. No, I guess they're trying to. They were trying to snipe off that courier, as we see Wisp getting out with a tether easily of Nature's Prophet. Jesus, Sprout. Man, I'm out of Need to work on that. Anyways, guys, so as I just said, I have not been casting for a week. I know I only have like 30 or 40 viewers currently per video, which is fine. Nothing that I'm expecting more or whatever, but I'm just saying I might be casting. Actually, my next cast is for sure gonna be a game out of the ESL, Electronic Sports League A series, amateur series. Now, obviously, you can argue, and you should argue, that that's not going to be a pro cast. Maybe semi-pro, if not fun team. Not quite sure. We will see how well that game is. I've been told that it's pretty close game, so that's why I'm basically going to be casting it. And since it's a amateur game, as we see a relocate Tiny Wisp combo going into Trixie. Trixie just dying through a toss avalanche and one hit. No chance for Trixie to come out. They need to tank up for sure. As we see Laguna Blade being dropped on Wisp and this Chaos Bolt, Wisp already down. Tiny being lassoed, however there's no damage output, and we see a wall being dropped out. Counter wall by Rubik. Nice, good job by Synderen. Synderen, really nice play. This Tiny is bashing on Tiny. Tiny going down to Tiny. Basically Synderen. Batrider is still up. Rubik dropping, however. This Jakiro is gonna drop as well. As we see sneaking, roaming in, and Honey is in some big trouble. Honey going down. Currently we're sitting at a 3-4-4. Tiny bot back. We will see if... Yep, there is a vacuum cancel of Era Chaos Bolting. However, this Rocket is going to hunt him down for sure. He's going to be dead, so this basically was a team wipe, more or less. Basically a 3-4-5 trade. Tiny, however, has bought back and didn't see a lot of, the gold of more kills coming out, so sort of wasted gold there, I guess you could argue. Or they're going to smoke into Roche Pit? Are they going to smoke into Roche Pit? Yep, nice. They smoke into Roche Pit, not underneath the wards of Team Fnatic, so basically Fnatic not going to scout this one out. I'm pretty sure they're not going to be able to defend this as well, since there's already huge damage output by Crystallis and Aghanim Scepter of Tiny, so basically he's critting for 250, maybe splashing sometimes too, so he's already really valuable in team fights. However, he has been basically outplayed by Synderen in the last fight. That wall steal, Universe getting his wall steal, really, that's not what you want to happen. Basically, you need to drop that wall first and then vacuum into the wall right immediately afterwards, and it has to be snap combination, it can't be like 1, 2, it has to be immediately following up, so we can't steal it. And that's what you should do as a Darkseer anyways. Never vacuum into your wall spot. I know you think that it's easier to place the wall in front of the vacuum and therefore they're gonna walk through. However, if you drop the wall in the middle of a fight and then just, as you see Rubik lifting him up, however that has been fixed, so this Rubik is going to go down for sure by a relocate combination. Even 4 people again there just picking up Synderen. Synderen right now is sitting at 0 and 6. I'm not sure if this is the best performance. I mean, sure, Rubik is really squishy, and to that relocate combo you just are in huge problems if you can't deal with it and don't have enough support people roaming around you, people being able to counter gank that gang. However, I wouldn't blame it on Synderen's low skill or anything like that. I mean, he is a really solid player. He has not been... I mean, sure, with Fnatic he has been scoring quite a lot recently, I guess, since Fly had no time and has been standing in, and so he has been playing the support for quite a bit. However, he played that solo mid mostly for the past 2 years, so maybe he needs to get used to it. Maybe, I don't even know. I don't know. Maybe he will be a permanent stand-in, as in whenever Fly can't play and didn't train a lot, maybe he will just go for, a game with Fnatic. We'll see, time will tell. As Era is trying to build up that BKB, still not even remotely close to it. Tiny already 1,600 in the bank again. Maybe even... Nope, nothing flying out to him. As we see Wisp now opting for threats to be more tankier, since he has been dropping to just this Chaos Bolt and a few last hits. So he wants to tank up for sure. Jakiro already has the Bracer up too, tanking up as well, even though he is already a really tanky intelligence support. Sneaking Dota, not going for BKB actually opting for Shadow Blade after drums, so he chooses to use drums because it's more, gives him movement speed, attack speed. As we see a relocate going in after a gank of Honey on... Ooh, this is actually a nice counter gank. Notel being there, Lightstrike arrow on 2, Laguna Blade being dropped on Tiny, popping his Aegis, and EU going down just like that. So we'll see if this will Tiny be caught off guard. There is the Shadow Blade, no mana for Sprout, however. There is the Flame Break back, there is the lift. There is enough damage output to kill this Tiny up. Way to taxi way too sexy, porting into top lane, trying to save his teammate. However, he is way too late. And really nice counter gank or setup by Fnatic. Fnatic, basically, I think they baited them out. I'm not quite sure though. I think Dignitas chose to go on Honey, and Honey just baited them out with a no tail behind him and Rubik coming up. I'm not quite sure what happened there, but I think that's more or less what it was. And Trixie obviously ported in as he has already Shadowblade up. So this is actually going in favor of Fnatic. Prophet getting some kills, using his Midas more and more, as we see that whole team Dignitas has no Midas. So as long as this game progresses, if Dignitas is not shutting down the farm of Raiden completely, as in just taking the whole forest and playing really offensively, then I think that Fnatic will have greater late game potential, just because a Bat Rider has always a huge impact with his lasso, with his Firefly. He can always drop some heroes down. For example, Gyrocopter, since he's not opting for that BKB. Even Jakiro will drop more or less. And we have, obviously a farm Prophet just going for carry items, plus the CK who will do some damage with his Phantasms, even though he's not buffing his Phantasms currently, just with the, Ogre Club, which is not doing a lot of stuff for your Phantasm, not as good as an armlet. Well, anyways, we see Fox having a new ultimate up right now, being tethered to AoE. He's building Daedalus. He's gonna finish that item first before doing anything else. Shadowblade up on sneaking, so key item for him. Not quite sure if it's the right choice to not get BKB. I mean, sure, Lasso goes through BKB. However, Rubik, Lina, and Chaos Bolt from plus Pet Rider, the whole Firefly damage and everything. Huge damage. I'm not quite sure if you should neglect BKB. He's opting for the drum, which is fine because it makes you tankier and gives you movement speed. As you see, really quick going on mid lane, however, Gyrocopter already dead, so that TP is that gank is coming in way too late. Trixie, being Shadowbladed, is basically surviving. However, he is dusted, so he will go down. Yes, will he go down? No, he won't go down. He will go down. I'm not quite sure. As we see Lina going down, Ira being in huge troubles. He's popping BKB, TPing out on time, so he's fine. Cinder and Dota actually stole Necropire by Jakiro, so nice pick up there. I guess to counter push, he should. Yeah, he already dropped it. Nice, well played. Beating down on that wave. However, we would have thought that Fnatic would have had a better time after picking up Gyrocopter and just counter ganking that two-man relocate. However, fast support rotated in from Universe on a Darkseer and Jakiro, making it possible to pick up No Tail. Now this is not a huge deal, since No Tail, what is he gonna do? Nothing. He's just supporting anyways, and support has, if they take sacrifices, it's totally fine. It's legit. As long as your carry survives, as long as your mid hero survives, as long as your offlane survives, that's what you really want. You don't want them to lose on farm, lose time, really. So that went in favor of Fnatic. We will see if they, nope. Gold is still going vastly in favor of the dire side, as we see Hani already using half of his Firefly right there, and he's going to pick up Darkseer for sure as the tower goes down. So this Darkseer, is it that Darkseer? Over there's a relocate counter gang again. This is really not a position they want to be in. Prophet already went down to Dust and to some nukes. We see Hani being in problems. Will he be able to dagger out? I'm not quite sure. Nope, there's going to be the... Yep, there is too much DPS. His dagger is being cancelled and he's just going down for sure. There's a Macrofire. Chaos Knight actually roaming in really late. He's going to be probably 100 down as well, as we see a lot of buybacks coming out. Honey buyback. BKB popped and Dignitas AoE is actually going down right now to CK. However, there is already the kill on Rubik, as we see a 4-second Chaos Bolt on sneaking, bringing him down as well. There were just, I think, three. Actually, I'm not quite sure. I know that Hani bought back and that Trixie bought back. I think nobody else bought back. So, what was this actually? Wisp didn't get picked up, so I guess it was technically guys, I have no idea. I actually have no idea. I guess it was a 3 for 4, which is fine for Fnatic. Well, we'll see. Gold drip dipping upwards, so I guess this really went versus direction of Fnatic. Yeah, I guess only... Actually, yeah, it was... Yeah. Okay, Lina went down as well, so it was a 3 for 4 for sure. Simran went down, Lina went down, 2 buybacks. So actually it was a 4 for 4, sorry guys. So probably more or less even trade right there. As we see Synderen just picking up some more braces, he really needs those. He really needs those bracers. It's really important for him to get out his skills, to get out his telekinesis, to get out his fate bolt, and to steal some skills and stand as long as possible. And as he will get level 16 at some point, he will have no field next as well, and they really need that to counter those ganks there. I heard a relocate going on. Synderen once again, they just keep that Rubik down. He's lifted telekinesis up on Tiny. However, this Tiny is just gonna two-man light strike arrow. Wow, Wisp going down immediately. Rubik's still gonna take a fall. However, this Tiny in some hard problems. As we see light strike arrow, nice dodging and sneaking. However, is gonna pick up no tail for sure. Shadow Blade attack, making this Lina pay for intervening into the divine relocate combination, as Era is going to take a fall, most likely. Nope, popping off his BKB. Okay, 4-second Chaos Bolt. Tiny's going to throw somebody. He's not going to throw somebody. Is he going to dive? He's going to... Nope, not going to dive. Okay, so both CK and Trixie are going to be fine. Batrider will be fine as well, so I suppose the only guys who took a fall were the supports on both sides. However, it was a 2-for-1 trade. Dignitas currently leading 22-16. As we see, Dire is still in favor. However, Radiant Fnatic is able to more or less hold their grounds right now. And as I already said, I think that they're going to progress better into late game, since Seeking Dota will take multiple falls once he's out of position. Now, obviously, that's what it's all about. He has been positioning very well, and has only died 3 times, even though he has not opted for BKB, just opting for the Shadow Blade. However, we have only sentries up, no dusts up on Fnatic. I guess that's a huge deal, because that means that they have to place those sentry wards, and if the supports go down as fast as they did last game, well, Ruby did drop a sentry ward, so I guess they will be able to do that, for sure. Anyways, still not sure if that's the right choice. BKB is just a huge item in or against that burst lineup of Fnatic. Is anybody building up a pipe? Probably Darkseer? Nope, Darkseer has built up a mechanism. Sitting at 400 farm right now, probably looking for Shiva's Guard against CK illusions as well. So really nice build up from Team Dignitas right now. Wisp has drums, has bottle to heal up with his tether, and has his shadows up. Not opting for mechanism since Darkseer has it, as I already just said. Jakiro just warp pitching it around. Bracer still. Tiny finally has picked up his Daedalus. Huge farm on him. I'm saying finally. I don't know what I'm thinking. 232 CS. Even though there has been some Nature's Prophet feat, as we see. Nope, just checking Roshan. Now Nature's Prophet Treants. Nature's Call basically, is some feat which is not as good as normal creeps, I suppose, but still, that's huge farm. I mean, 230 CS in 30 minutes. That's just, oh my god, that's just a ratio of 7 creep kills, over 7 creep kills per minute, which is really well, a nice thing to have on Tiny. Tiny will probably opt for BKB next. Just deal out the DPS, not getting stunned and not dying to what he has been dying recently. Like, for example, good light strike array. Okay. Sorry guys, light strike array. Okay, I got it. Light strike array. Okay. Anyways, Notel has been placing really good light strike arrays. I'm not gonna get it right. LSAs. I'm gonna call them LSA. Anyways, as we see sneaking, dodging, actually not dodging, but going in with Shadow Blade. This Era is sort of out of position. He will pop BKB and just TP out. Well done by Era. He's not gonna sacrifice any life, as we see rest of Radiant already reporting out of the sticky situation on top lane. Batrider, not quite sure what is he picking up? He's picking up an Oblivion Staff, I suppose, for cheap disable against Tiny. I like that item choice, though. Once BKB is dropped, you really have BKB is up on Tiny. You really have to drop that Yule Scepter before he drops BKB, otherwise you will basically not be able to, obviously not be able to take him on. Now Yule's is a really nice, as we see BKB being charged on Gyro after Shadow Blade. Interesting choice. I like that, however. BKB really necessary on him. Now he will be able to build up some really nice damage items and just tank it out. Not take a lot of damage to nukes and burst damage of Fnatic, and probably will, with Tiny and his whole team, just clash the fuck out of Fnatic, more or less. BKB up on Chaos Knight finally. He will go for an AC next, so he's going all for the tankability. AC actually does, help his illusions too, I guess. Not as good as a Armlet Heart build, in my opinion, simply because the armament gives so much DPS for CK illusions. However, I mean, once you're back with the CK, you don't go armament because they're just gonna get dropped anyway. So you might as well go better items, not costing you life and making you more tankable, I suppose. As you see, this Tiny just bashing on the tower. They're trying to really lay some pressure on Fnatic right now, and really that's what they need to do. They have Tiny up. Tiny is just able to kill on tower so fast with his Aghanim Scepter, with that huge fucking cock in his hand. I mean tree, sorry guys. PG-13 not. Anyway, way too sexy. Sitting on the backhand as is the Darkseer, so this Tiny is more or less trying to sort of be tanky and baitish, I guess, since he will pop BKB as soon as he can. However, we do see Yule Scepter up on the Batrider, including Force Staff and Dagger, so this is really a nice item build and huge deal for them. Sheepstick is up on Prophet too, so they have some really nice cheap disable going on along their way, and we have some tanky supports, I suppose. However, currently I still feel that Dignitas can take them anytime, any point they will. They have Shivas up, they have Mechanism up, they have one BKB, two BKBs up on Tiny and Sneaking, Gyrocopter, Shadowblade as well as Drums of Endurance. So Gyrocopter, for being a Gyrocopter, is sort of tanky right now, sitting at 1.6k HP, level 17 right now. Yeah, I'm not quite sure he's pretty tanky. Tiny as well is tanky since Aghanim buffs his overall HP pool as well as BKB makes him, I guess, could you say durable in fights? He's durable? He is durable? Not, well, whatever. As they're looking to take the next tower, not mid lane this time, they're going to take, has this been denied? No, they took it. So they're just going to do the good old choke to death tactic, basically just go, take other towers, take other farm, take your farm in your woods, and then they're just going to choke you to death slowly, or they're just going to go for a huge clash and just end it right now. As we see them actually going uphill right now, Tiny being uphill, being flame breaked around, he is getting some huge attack speed increase buff by overcharge from Wisp. So this Tiny is just bashing on Rex, on everything, and really, yep, there is a Fate Bolt, so no BKB up on Tiny yet. Is he going to be able to pop it right now? Yep, he should be. Nope, not popping his BKB. Did he forget about it? He got blasted around. He has Aegis, that's why he's not popping it. He's just tanking it up on purpose right now, as this barracks is probably going to go down. Aegis on Tiny has been popped. He's going to be back to full HP, as we see Fnatic just being all just super low. They definitely need to regenerate some health. While they do that, top barracks already is gone, so really nice and well played by Dignitas, just forcing out the issue, going in with the Aegis, letting Tiny tank and just go and eat every single spell the whole Dire team got. I mean, you saw Laguna Blade even being popped on Tiny's head with an Aegis, so you know, that just made it possible for the rest of Team Dignitas taking the Rexes, even without that cleave and burst damage of that Tiny Aghanim Scepter. Wow, they really are playing this in a smart way, and they're huge. They have a huge lead right now. You see 10, 12,000, 15, yeah, 12,000 up on gold lead, and we see 12,000 up on XP lead. Not quite sure if Fnatic is going to be able to come back from this. Now, one thing I saw missing was the Yule Scepter on Tiny. I'm not sure if they should focus on Tiny. Maybe without an Aegis, it's good if they kill him. However, as we saw just recently, I mean, this team is still going to be able to do a lot of damage and tons of DPS on Rexes or whatever they plan to do. Not quite sure if that's preferred choice. Trixie has a sheep, and we didn't see that sheep being popped on Tiny either, so I guess they popped it on Darkseer to prevent the wall or something, or Gyrocopter. I don't even know. Doesn't matter really for me, because because there's enough DPS right now on the Dire side. Sneaking has picked us up as half of his Monkey King bar, basically purchasing that Demon Edge. The two Javelins are going to follow up soon. Way too sexy. Working on a Force Staff, so really nice. As we see a sheep out on Gyrocopter, but basically only because Fnatic Trixie was out of position. That gank did not come in handy. There was a wall actually vacuum into wall, just killing up everything, and there's the G-call already at this point. So this is a fast and easy game for Dignitas. They played it well, they executed it well. Tiny getting too much free farm, killing off and being stronger than CK. CK just being basically, I guess solo mid has not worked out that well. I mean, Sneaking caught up with farm even though they had more CS, or CK had more CS than solo mid. Bottom lane, Batrider once again not cutting it. I'm not quite sure. Honey is playing this Batrider quite a lot frequently. And I have not seen him making a huge impact. Not quite sure why. Maybe because he's not playing aggressive enough once he has dagger up, or maybe because something within the team is not working. I don't know. I really don't know. But they need to fix this because Fnatic had absolute free farm down there, and he had fast dagger up. He had a fast 4-step up, and he not use that up on min 35, which is not a bad farm for Batrider at all, as you can see, seeing 160 CS. And Prophet, even though he was really, you know, getting there to a point where he can carry, not enough at all. So Dignitas just abusing that Wisp, relocating a lot, back and forth, destroying Fnatic, taking the first game. Fnatic really has to come back from this to secure that spot as far as I'm concerned. I'm going to look this up right now, what is going on group stage wise. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this cast and might tune in for game number 2. As I will be probably casting this right now. So yeah, see you guys.